guys, I'm Tyrone and welcome back to Harrison Family Farm. Today's video is actually going to be an indoor video as we attempt to solve a problem that I've recently noticed with our plumbing. The drain pipe coming from our master bedroom shower seems to be leaking into our basement, and I only came to find this out because we recently decided that we wanted to look at the steps that we need to take to finish our basement. And so you know, the basement tends, at least in our case, be one of those places that we don't go down too often or visit often. But I just so happened to notice something while I was down here, and I'll share that with you guys. I noticed this here, which appeared to me like water had been pooling and dripping in this area. And so it caused me to naturally look up, and it is directly below our master bathroom shower, like I said. And so you see this here, this is the P-trap. And then it goes straight up into the base of our shower. Let me zoom in. To the base of our shower right there. There's insulation there so you can't see clearly. But I'll get a ladder and a few other things and we'll get a closer look and see what's going on. And see what it would take for us to get it fixed. So yeah, guys, buckle up. I'm going to bring you along and see what we got going on here and see what it's going to take to get it fixed. I'll check back in a bit. All right, guys, I'm now upstairs inside the bathroom, and I'm actually just my first step is gonna be to turn the water on so I can get a visual of where the water is leaking at downstairs and kind of see and just pinpoint the problem essentially. So let's turn our water. There's our floor drain where it's leaking. And so let's go downstairs and get a look from that point of view. All right, guys, you hear our water's running. Let's get this insulation out of our way. I'm not seeing any leaks yet, but you can obviously see they're staining on the pipes and what I showed you guys before. And so that actually, let's see, seems a little loose. Maybe not. Maybe it's just a flex in the pipe. But no water yet. I'm gonna let it run for a while and I'll check back in if we get any action. Alright, guys, so it looks like it doesn't leak if there's nothing in it, but what I'm noticing is if I mess with this pipe, you see that? It starts to leak. And so I'm thinking it's just the seal at the bottom of the shower pan that's not sitting well. And I would also have to guess that whenever the plumbers or whoever installed it, they were fooled by the fact that there's nobody in the shower, I'm guessing, to make that pan deflect. It's not leaking, and so I'm guessing when we stand on it, it causes some deflection, and then in turn causes it to leak. But just so you guys can see it again, let me zoom out a little bit, and then as I mess with this pipe, you see it start coming down really good. So yeah, couple thoughts come to mind as far as fixing it. It might be as simple as tightening this fitting here, which I can give a try here in a second, or we might need to take it all apart and kind of reassemble it all together. But yeah, I'm gonna go get a few things as far as tools and some PPE, and then we'll get after it. All right, here's our first attempt. Oh, right off the bat, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm gonna have to make a hose run. They actually make a couple different special tools, especially for this fitting. My pliers just aren't big enough to get a grip on it and allow me to get a good turn. So I think our next stop is Lowe's, and then we'll come back and reassess. Alright guys, so I've made it back to the house from Lowe's, and this is what we have. This is, as you see, 12-inch lock nut wrench. Hoping this is going to fit on that big nut and give me the opportunity to turn it. And then this, I got, which is just a 6-inch soft grip strap wrench. I got to hold that pipe in case I need to stabilize it, and just so I'm not turning against the glue that is holding the pipe together. And then this, I got the drain assembly, and that's just in case we need to replace it. So I'm very much, in more cases than not, a buy it, and if I don't need to take it back later type of guy, to hopefully save me from going back and forth for multiple trips. And that really just comes from work. I would rather, get the job done, or get what I need in one trip, get the job done, and then I'll take what I don't need back later. So hopefully we got what we need for our job at hand, and we can get this knocked out real quick and easy. All right, guys, we are back, and it is time for the moment of truth. I'm just gonna try to get all my tools situated first before even attempting. So yeah. Don't tell me it's too long. I'm sad to say it, but I don't think that tool is gonna work for us. I don't think it's gonna work. It was a bit of a long shot. But yeah, guys, I don't think this tool is gonna work for us. Unfortunately, Lowe's didn't have the actual tool I had in mind, and I'm thinking it's probably gonna be probably found more easily at like a plumbing supply store. But I do have a thought about using the other tool I got, since it's just a strap, to strap it around the nut here and try to tighten that way. So hopefully that works. Now I gotta get my hands a break. Got it on there though, if you guys can see that. I might need to tighten it a little bit more. either. But I'm not giving up yet. They can just disconnect the P-trap and see what that gains me. And so what I mean when I say that is this connection here. And that should allow all of this to turn. Might see a little water coming. Huh? You said, do I want what? Oh, no, I'm fine. Thank you. Where's that water I mentioned? Yeah, it has to come out, of course. See how that, well, you can't see, but hey, all of it turns now. Not exactly what I wanted. All right, guys, I went to see if I had some other tools that would do the job, and not really. And so one idea I have is to try to use a C-clamp to get around it and see if I can do it that way. So let's try. Let me brainstorm a bit and I'll check back in. Hey guys, so as you can see, I took a break from the plumbing project that I was working on earlier, and it's really because I just don't have the tool for the job, and it's getting late, so I figured I better go ahead and feed the animals while I got some daylight left, and then I might here in a minute run to Harbor Freight to see if they might have a tool that's going to be, or that will enable me to get that nut off. And so that's just kind of where we're at with it, but I did want to kind of show you guys the animals real quick since I was out here and all. Miss Beyonce over there chewing and mooing as normal, and then Jay is over there. So you guys can see I actually got the help. I can't talk. I have their hay bale over here today, and it's just really because I want to kind of mix it up. This is really getting hot with all the hay waste and their poop and everything else, and so you can, I don't know if it comes through on camera well, but that's a pretty good hill that comes to here. Not where Beyonce's at, but directly right here, and it doesn't come through camera well, but yeah, it's hard to tell on camera, but just over time, like that's a hump right there too, and so just want to make sure I'm spreading it out. That is one of the battles I have to face with only being able to put the roll where I can push it off the trailer too. And see, over here I only can, since I'm pushing it directly off the trailer won't fit in there. I have to put it right there for the most part, unless I continue to roll it out there. Whereas I can't back the trailer inside those fences, as you guys saw a video or 2 videos ago when we loaded up Brownie into a trailer, so a trailer will fit in there easily. And so I decided to put it there this time, and so that's where they've been Just update on Jay, just since he's here and all right here. I haven't got him sold yet. He's still listed on Craigslist, so still looking to do that. But other than that, they are doing well. Well indeed. And so it looks like I got some hay to pick up. I'm gonna get to doing that and then get them fed. And I'll check back in with you guys a little later. Hey guys, so it is now Sunday. Like I mentioned in the last clip, I did actually end up running to Harbor Freight. I got a tool that I think is going to help me. I actually got it last night, and so I didn't do any work, but I did put it in place up there on the pipe just to ensure that it was going to fit. And so it did, but I didn't try to do it just because by the time I got back home, TJ was already down for the evening, and so naturally he's in our bedroom, and so I didn't want to disturb him. So now I'm just not get back to it. It's Sunday morning, so I'm gonna get you guys set up, and then we're gonna make our first attempt. If this doesn't work though, I'm probably just gonna cut it out and replace the whole drain assembly like you guys saw already. I already bought one just in case it came to this. And so yeah, we'll try this one more time, and if that doesn't work, we'll just replace it all. So I'll get you guys set up, and we'll get we'll get after it. I don't know if you guys saw that, but we got it to move at least. I don't think it was the right direction, but at least it's moving. So just take it off and take a look at what we got. All right, guys, so I'm not like, well, let me help. All right, guys, as you see, we got the nut off. It's here. And so I'm just examining this ring here, this washer ring or seal ring, whatever you want to call it. And I don't love what I see. So I think what I'm going to end up doing, or I think what I'm going to do is actually cut this out and install that new assembly with the new gaskets and seals and everything, just to ensure that, you know, we only have to do this one time, and let's go ahead and do it right. So next step, I'm going to probably make a cut in this pipe somewhere, and then so it can detach and release, and then I'll pull it up from upstairs, and then I'll have to go get a coupling to repair it, and then we should be good after that. And so I'm gonna get you guys set up so you can see me cut it, and then we'll come back. So before I go upstairs and cut, I don't know if you guys can see, I disconnected the I disconnected the P-trap, as you see here. It's disconnected. That way I can pull it straight up upstairs. I just want to make a mark is what I decided I want to do. And it's just halfway, well, not exactly halfway, but somewhere in this pipe where I know I got enough at the bottom to install my coupling, as well as have enough at the top to put that coupling as well. So I just want to make a line where I can see. So that way when I pull it up from up top, I'll be able to see my line, and I just want to cut in that approximate area. That way I know I got enough material on either side of the cut. All right, so this is our top view. And this is actually what the issue was. This wasn't sealed around here very well, and it's because that nut we just removed wasn't tight. And so I think, like I told you guys, I'm just gonna remove it all and start anew. Like I said, we'll be able to pull this up to rotate that P-trap just a little bit to get it up high enough. And where is our mark? Okay, it's about right here. I'm gonna use, this is the tool that I use. It's an oil filter, oil filter vice grips. So I'm gonna use it to hold this pipe up so I can make my cut without having to worry about it slipping down when I can use two hands to be more steady. And to make the cut, I'm just going to use this DeWalt multi-tool or a scintillating tool, whichever you prefer to call it. But great tool to have, great just weapon to have in your repertoire. I love it. It can do a lot of different things. I think a lot of different blades or heads to go on here, whether that be cutting, sanding, just so many different things. So yeah, if you don't got one, you might consider getting one. And it doesn't have to be the big name brand ones. They make some of, I think they sell some at Harbor Freight is under $30. So great tool to have. And I just want to be as straight as possible. Oh, I said as straight as possible, right? So there's that. That should be all right. I don't think it's going anywhere. So here's a piece that cut out, obviously, and it was leaking around here, and then of course at the bottom side here. And so they had a lot of plumbers putting on it, I guess, from what I can tell, but I guess they just didn't tighten it down quite enough. So I'm actually gonna have to run to the store now that I'm thinking about it, because I don't have a coupling, I don't believe. So I'm gonna go check to see if I got a coupling, go get our new drain assembly, and then just make sure we got everything we need, and then we'll get back to reassembling. Then I'm also gonna clean this up, get all this old material out, just so that way we can have a nice, fresh, clean seal with our new stuff. So I'm gonna get everything we need, and then I'll be right back. Hey guys, so I am back from Lowe's, and I got, I believe, everything we need. Let me turn you around so you can see. So all I ended up getting at Lowe's was just this coupling, which is gonna go to the bottom end of this pipe. And so this pipe, as you can see, I already had around. Just cut a piece of it off of some pipe I had from a previous project or something. And so, yeah, we got everything we need to finish the repair. I am now going to go back downstairs to reattach our P-trap, and then I'm just gonna set our coupling we just got on top of that pipe there that's sticking out. That way I can have that area clear to clean. And then that's what we'll do. And so I'm gonna grab the coupling, head downstairs, and like I said, get that pipe out the way so we can go ahead and clean that area up like I mentioned to you before. Alright guys, so this is our pipe and P-trap, and this is exactly where our coupler is going to go, like that. Can you see that? There you go. That's it right here. So we look good. And I'm gonna go ahead and get all this old stuff off. These old rings, this old nut, all of that off. So here's our new nut, new fiber ring, new rubber gasket. Goes on like such. We'll reconnect here. And actually, there's really not any reason I shouldn't glue this, so I'm gonna go ahead and glue our coupling onto this. And I'm gonna go ahead and chamfer the receiving side that our other pipe is gonna go into, although I'm not gonna glue it yet. Okay, hopefully you can see me and it's not too crazy. Okay. I have to pour this water out, unfortunately. Sounds like a lot more than it is. Okay. So when you're gluing PVC and pipe, you want a chamfer, which is essentially scar making indentions into the PVC, and that's going to allow the glue and primer to actually not be pushed all the way out when you put your pipe in there. It gives it somewhere for that stuff to go and then set up, so that you have a good bond. I don't have the proper tool to do that, not with me anyway. So I'm just gonna use a box cutter and make a bunch of tiny slits, essentially trying to recreate the same effect. And like I was saying, I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side as well, although I'm not gonna glue it yet. It's just gonna be done, so I don't have to worry about it. Because it's not gonna be easy to get to once I glue the bottom portion. So I'm just going around the outside, the inner ring. And I don't know if it comes through on camera at all. I can see it with the naked eye, but it might not come through on camera. Okay. And so what I'm going to be using is purple primer. And that's what we use before we use our cement, pipe cement. And this is what I'm using, both by the same manufacturer, Odie. So yeah, so primer first, then the cement. Oh goodness. This is trash. So much easier with a pair of pliers. I'll be back. I always like to put this primer on tight because it never fails. It always leaks out somehow, some way. Yeah. I almost think the manufacturer does it on purpose. That way you gotta go buy some more. But the stuff stains like none other. Like, yeah. So just FYI. What do we do with our couple? Here it is. Just screwing around. Now it's time for our cement. And again, I'm only doing one side right now. So there we go. Good amount. Take this prime side. I do like a little twisting motion, get it to all the way seat properly, fully. And we're good on this part. And I think I'm gonna dry fit this part, the other pipe, just so I can get a good measurement on the top side as well, for where I want to cut it at after we get done cleaning. So that is good to go. Get this connection back. Looks good. So there we have it. So that's going straight up through there. There's our joint we just created right here. And so now we're ready to go back on top, clean up around, and then get our new drain assembly completely installed. All right, guys, you see our pipes up here, like we showed you the bottom view. This is the top view. And like I mentioned, I just want to get this cleaned up from where the other stuff is, the other plumber's putty and stuff is at. And so this is a generic bottle, but what's in it is denatured alcohol. And so I'm just going to use that to help clean this up. And I'm just using a caulk applicator and remover. And yep, just go around. I'll try to get as much of it up as I can. Okay, I think we look pretty good. The smearing I'm not worried about. It's just really about getting that material up that was down there, because those can create gaps that can allow water to get through. So I think we look pretty good. But yeah, like I said, I think we look pretty good. For the most part, I'll take the rag around there one more time. But yeah, I think we look good. And so the next thing I want to do is get an idea of where I want to cut this pipe at. So I'm going to take this new, set it in its home location. And there. Right there. I know that's hard for you guys to see, but I made a line in this. Hold on, let me show you. So I made a line inside of here. I don't know if you can see that right there. Yeah, there you go. But that's about where I want my pipe to stop. And so just set that there and looking in here. And I'm just trying to get as close as possible to it. And hopefully I'm making a mark. Let's see. Yeah, I think we did. I think we did good. So, take it out. Where'd our mark go? Oh, made a few marks. So, we'll cut probably right in the middle, maybe favor the bottom, essentially. But yeah, we'll cut there and should be good to go. Now, this cut I am going to make with a hacksaw. So we'll probably go outside and cut it just to make sure we have a good clean cut. All right, guys, so we're back below with our cut piece. If you guys remember, we need to chamfer the part that's going to be glued. Just going to leave this in here. Helps not to forget your glue. Since I'm doing this blind, I'm gonna hit it a few times with the primer just to make sure. Like again, I'm doing it blind. Cool. Getting our glue on now. I know I'm off camera, so you guys can't see, but yeah, glue. Getting the glue on the pipe. Oops. And while pushing this in, I'm going to twist it, and also I'm supporting it from the bottom so I don't put stress on the other pipe. There we go. She's in there. We're ready to go top side and finish getting it together, and then we'll come back down here to tighten these, the nut and stuff. So, look pretty good. I don't know if you guys can see my line. It's right there, right up against that pipe, so we did really well there. There we go. And so now, let's go ahead and we're gonna line the back of this ring here with plumber's putty. Same brand, Odie, as the cement and primer we use, but take this out. It's very much like Play-Doh, if you will. And we're just gonna actually roll it much like you would make a hot dog in Play-Doh. That's probably good. Yeah, we're just gonna line the outside. Okay, so you see, I got it all around, and that's just gonna sit back there. So I'm gonna actually press it down just a little bit, and you'll see it start to seep out. And so now we're gonna go back downstairs, put those washers and rings up here, and begin to tighten down on that nut to secure this here. And that's gonna stop any water from getting past that. And that's actually what our problem was last time. So this is mission critical for us. So let's head back downstairs, get it tightened up before we make this connection here to our pipe. So you can even see our putty coming down this way too. So we got our rings and our nut on there. Excess. Get out of our way. Next, we put this on, and it goes with the bevel side up. Slip it right there, out to the top of your pipe. Then you take this, and there's some threads. You just screw it down, get it started. And then you take this here. And a handy dandy screwdriver. And you finish tightening it. Let's see. There we have it. And we should be done at this point. Minus testing for leaks. So let's get this cleared out. We'll turn some water on and see how we're doing. All right, guys, let's turn our water on. So, look good. It's going in our drain. Let's go downstairs and see if we have any leaks. Moment of truth. All right, guys, so far so good. No leaks, no drips. And even as if you guys remember last time, if I was messing with the pipe, it would go ahead and leak, but I'm messing with it and we are dry. I am happy to report we are dry. Let me zoom out. That way you can see a little better. But yeah, we are dry, looking good, looking good. So yeah, guys, not too bad of a repair. So happy that worked out though. Probably saved myself a couple $100 versus having a plumber come out. And I think I did a pretty good job. Now, I know that's something that most people are not going to tackle on their own, and full transparency, like I said, I'm not a plumber, but in my line of work, I do come around or come in contact with a fair amount of plumbing. And so doing a lot of renovation work and things like that, sometimes I do have to mess with a pipe or two, or whatever the case may be, especially if I don't have a plumber that's available to come out, at a moment's notice sometimes. So I do have a little bit of working knowledge or understanding of how those systems work, and so it does make it a little bit easier for me to be able to do that. But super, super happy to have that problem behind us. It was something I knew had been dripping and leaking, and I tried to kind of patch it before I put like some silicone caulk around the ring. That didn't work well or long for that matter. So to get this behind us is great because, like I mentioned before, our plan is to finish our basement, and so that is something that we'll document here on the channel as we start to get into that. But right now we just at the point of got the plans made, and then we also had the plans approved by our local county, and so we got the green light to start. It's just a matter of tightening up things like this, you know. To finish a basement when you got a shower that's leaking from above just is not good for business, so to speak. So yeah, that's huge to get off our list. So we're done with this. I just want to let that water run for a little bit just to be sure that, you know, no leaks appear or anything like that. And then I'll check back in with you guys here in a bit. I'm getting my mess and my tools cleaned up, and then I'll check back in with you guys. Hey guys, it is now Sunday evening. Yeah, not a whole lot going on. I've been out here working in the yard, working on just cleaning up, burning some brush and things like that. I'll actually turn the camera around and show you guys. But if you guys recall, these are some piles my dad and I created last year when we were cutting down trees, just clearing land, getting ready to fence to put in. And so just to give you perspective of where I'm at, there's the cow pen there, back of the house. There's the dogs and the goats over there. But yeah, I also realized that I didn't close out the video earlier, and so I just thought it would be an opportune time to do so, and then also just share with you guys kind of what I did with the rest of my day. So as you see, I've been burning, and like I mentioned too, I've been burning, and then really just trying to push forward. I didn't record any of this, and I also haven't recorded what else I've been doing, which is I've already started digging holes for fence posts for our fence, and so here soon I'll be running additional fence. My goal is actually to well, as you guys know, if I showed you before, but I'll show you again. My goal is to fence all of what you see in front of you in. Just perspective, that's to the left there is our neighbor's like garage or shed or whatever, and so coming directly across this back line, but to get all of this in the middle here, and all of this side of the cow pen, if you can see where it ends right there, that's a post that my finger's below, another post there. But yeah, just encompassing or enclosing rather all of this. And so another thing that I'll be working on doing here very soon is actually, I probably should have already did it, but we'll be seeding, excuse me, this piece of land. I think I'm just going to put out some tall fescue seed. I've been looking. I found a couple different places, Ace Hardware, also saw Sam's. I have a membership there that I'm considering getting it from. And from what I've looked at, it's going to take me about 200 pounds of grass seed per acre, as I believe is what it was. And so I'll be working on doing that soon, definitely before spring gets away from us, because from what I read and what I saw, it's good to, you know, have some good showers to take that seed down into the ground. It would have been even better if I could have did it before, or if I still might have a chance if I could do it before our last snow. Just get it on the ground before it snows for the last time. So we'll see. Those are things that I'm working towards and doing. But I did just want to just tap in with you guys, let you guys know what is to come, what's on my mind. And then also, guys, don't forget, I haven't mentioned it in a while, but you know, for those of you that make New Year's goals, whatever the case may be, keep at it, keep trucking. You know, I'm your long distance accountability partner. I'm still doing the same on my end. Like I even just mentioned, that fence is definitely a goal of mine. Continues to be. And so that is something that I'll continue to work on, because as you know, the more land that I have enclosed as far as fence, the less hay I have to buy. So, you know, I would say dual purpose, but it's probably more helpful than just in two ways. It's probably, you know, even a bigger advantage to me to do so than I'm even considering, you know. So keep up what you're doing, stay positive, stay motivated, and even beyond the motivation, stay disciplined, because the discipline stays there even when you don't have the motivation. So, you know, yeah, guys, I appreciate you watching. Be sure to leave me a comment, hit the like button, subscribe if you're not. We'll catch you next week. Peace.